If we want.
Um, baked potatoes.
Okay, hold on. Let me do it
You do
quickly,
it.
and then I'm gonna give it back to you. Okay. All right, guys. So we are live. As you come on, please share. We are getting ready to raise the Pan African flag in honor of launching Black History Month. So as you come on, we first of all want to thank TD Bank for sponsoring this live stream and making it possible. I'm gonna go around and see who is comfortable to say something. Where did do you want to say something? You're on live.
I'm so happy to be here. This is the start of something. This is the start of something beautiful.
Amazing. And Glenn is always giving us the
How you
pictures.
guys doing? I got a question. Did you guys hear about the two antennas that got married?
One was
The wedding wasn't that good, but the reception was excellent.
well, the reception better be excellent for Black History. Hi, Jaden. Do you want to say anything for Black History?
Do you mind holding that?
Say hi. Are you shy of the? Are you camera shy?
Nope.
So this is one of our sponsors. Thank you so much from Aurora Music Aurora.
Music Aurora.
Everything, especially in the Black culture, is about music and food.
Yeah, we're very honored to be able to support this an
Thank
amazing
you.
initiative.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to a wonderful month of activities and
Thank you.
sharing of stories and knowledge and talents.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Yo, can you check if we're on live so you can start sharing it, please? Hello, beautiful. So thank you to Neighbor, who is our marketing sponsor. Neighbor, thank you for making all of this
Honestly,
marketing
this
and
is
work
so
possible.
exciting, and
So
we are so honored, honestly, Fiona, to be a part of it. We really believe in inclusivity and making everyone in the community feel
yes,
welcomed and learning
yes.
about different cultures and what everything the community has to offer. So we're excited. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it.
No, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go provoke Counselor Gallo. You're on live. Say something about Black history.
Congratulations.
Awesome. How are you doing, my awesome, awesome lady?
Wow.
Good to see you as always.
Today.
Yes. Yes. All right, we're gonna get started. Yeah. Rebecca, we're getting started, so we're gonna come closer so we can hear what you're saying.
Welcome, everyone. If I can just get everyone's attention.
Opa!
Maybe we'll just watch the one. Well, welcome, everyone. Before I begin, I did want to just acknowledge some of our invited guests. I do have members of council here with me today as well. We have actually all of council, which is very good. So we have Councillor Kim, Councillor Humphreys, Councillor Thompson, Councillor Gallo, Councillor Gilliland, and Councillor Gardner. Correct? Everyone's here. Yes. Just want to make sure. We also have members from our Anti-Black Racism and Anti-Racism Task Force, as well as representatives from NACA. I believe we have representatives from YRP. Is that correct, Fiona? On stream, and we have members from YRAC and also York Region Diversity Team and Inclusion Team. Well, everyone, during the month of February, we join Canadians across the country to celebrate Black History Month. History and culture are integral foundations of our town, and by celebrating Black History Month, we help raise awareness and respect for the Black community and their significant achievements. I'm honored to be here today for this historic moment as we raise the Pan-African flag at Town Hall. The first time a flag is being raised in celebration of Black History Month in Aurora. And by doing so, we show our commitment, support, and dedication to a unified Aurora. Diversity is Canada's strength. And Aurora is a community that is built on diversity, equality, and is comprised of many different cultures. Together, we represent the voices of many cultures, perspectives, and ideas, and that gives our community the power to be more confident and successful. And together, we can break down barriers. The town of Aurora is committed to working with our community partners, such as the Aurora Black Community Association, Aurora Black Caucus, and our Anti-Black Racism Task Force to continue to share the important stories, history, and achievements of the Black community. We look forward to seeing the impact that these important partnerships can foster. And I know that we're all looking forward to the many events taking place this month, led by the Aurora Black Community Association. So thank you, everyone. Now I'm just gonna go through the, thank you. Go through our, we have a few more speakers that we're gonna go through. So next up, I would ask Lee Taylor Roy, our MP for Aurora Oak Ridges, Richmond Hill, if she'd like to come up and say a few words.
Thank you so much, Tom. And I'm here today on behalf of myself and Tony Van Bynen, who unfortunately is in house duty right now and couldn't come. So I want to start by saying a big thank you to the town of Aurora. I think this type of initiative and raising the Pan-African flag for the first time is just really a great example to be setting for our community. We're really proud as Canadians of our history. But there are things about our history that we're not as proud of. And I think that acknowledging that and moving forward to make sure that those things don't happen, that we really fight hard to be sure that there is no more discrimination, that we all work together, and that those of us who are allies realize that the work that has to be done is not for the Black community alone. It's for all of us. You know, we can look back as a woman in Parliament now. You can look at some of the people who have gone before across our country, people like Viola Desmond, Jean Augustine, who I know is going to be a speaker at your event, Fiona, which is amazing, and others who have done so much and broken ground. But there is more to do. We need better representation at all levels of government from all sectors of our community. And I am really pleased to be here, that the Aurora Black Community Association is hosting these events this month, and that we're all able to be part of it. So from our government, thank you, Fiona, thank you for doing this, and Tom for raising this flag and all that the government in Aurora does for us.
Woo!
Thank you, MP Taylor Roy. Next up, we have Mr. Michael Parsa, our MPP for Aurora Oak Ridges, Richmond Hill.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wonderful to be here with all of you to kick off Black History Month and to participate in the celebration of our flag raising ceremony. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much for this. I'd like to, again, begin by thanking the Mayor, as my colleague Leah Taylor Roy did. Absolutely thank you for your leadership and your team, Mr. Mayor, because you always bring us together for these very, very important events. And today we have a fantastic lineup of speakers from the Aurora Black community, Fiona Durante, the Anti-Black Racism and Anti-Racism Task Force, and the Aurora Black Caucus. All of these organizations play an important role in our community by informing and educating us. And I believe it's an important part for Black History Month and every other day and every other week in the year for us to learn and to be educated on the contributions that have been made by Black Canadians and Ontarians before us and currently. That's how we grow, and that's how we build a better and brighter future for the next generation. And let me be clear, all forms of racial injustice and equality should never be tolerated anywhere. And certainly, all the three organizations that are here with us today do a fantastic job advocating and standing up for what is right in our community. And this should be the focus of not just, as I said, the month of February, but every single day of the entire year. So I encourage all of you to spend time to reflect and learn about the contributions that Black Ontarians have and continue to have in our province. We must all find ways to contribute and make our communities free from racism, inequality, and discrimination. And just remember, by learning more and getting involved more, you are making a positive contribution, which, believe me, will go a long way. So as I said, learn more, get involved more, and speak up. With that said, I want to thank you once again for hosting us here on behalf of Premier Ford and my colleague, the Minister Elliott, who is not able to join us and sends her regards. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the important work that all of you are doing. Mr. Mayor, thanks for your leadership. Thanks, everyone.
Woo!
Thank you, MPP Parsa. I did, MPP Parsa, you mentioned Minister Elliott. I just wanted to recognize Dawn Gallagher Murphy, her representative from her office is here with us today as well. Next up, we have Fiona Durant from the Aurora Black Community Association.
That's perfect. AJ was about 8 or maybe 7 when he almost drowned at Will and Amanda's house. That's the fear I feel when I come here to speak. That fear when AJ slid back in the pool and I couldn't jump in to get him because I can't swim. I had to run inside and Will came out and jump and get AJ. That's the fear I feel. I suck at writing messages to speak because I never really stick to them. And so I'm always going to do what I do best, especially when I'm nervous. But again, when AJ was young and he says, "Mom, are you sad today?" I said, "Why?" He said, "You're not singing." So I'm going to sing this song that I love. It says, "Courage, don't you dare fail me now. I need you to keep away the doubts. I'm staring in the face of something new. You're all I've got to hold on to. I'm holding on to the courage to speak, even when it's uncomfortable." So I'm going to kind of look down so I can at least behave and try to say something that makes sense today. But I want you to remember one thing before you, if nothing else. This is not a funeral service. Black history, we know that there's oppression that's involved, but that does not define who we are. Black is awesome. Black is beautiful, courageous, intelligent. We are authors, presidents, teachers, lawyers, house cleaners. I love to clean a good house. We are everything. And so today, when we celebrate Black History Month on Beyond, I just hope you don't remember just the ones that were killed. Just remember that we are excellent. We're filled with potentials. I want you to leave with a few things today. I asked myself this question because we are live streaming, and I thank you everyone for joining us virtually who can't be here due to all these protocols. And I greet you. I apologize. Aurora, I greet you. We can't do this without you. We're doing it for you. And I wrote down a few questions that I know that we have all kind of people. No matter what you're fighting for, somebody's going to stand against it. And I thought somebody might be saying, what's the difference between raising this flag and anything else other times? What will change? The flag will be raised and everybody will get their photos and we go back in our beds and we roll over and nothing happens. But I'm telling you what will change. What will change is you finding the courage to speak up. I don't care if you're white. Don't tell me you're white so you can't speak. This flag is not just raised for Black people. Jean Augustine, who you'll be hearing from on the 5th, she says Black history is Canadian history, not only Black people. So when you make excuse your color for why you don't speak and show up, I forgive you. I do forgive you. It is everyone in folks' country. We are one nation under God. Doesn't matter what your faith is, we are one. And so I want you to remember that. And somebody might say, again, we have tried Fiona might have lived in here for 40 years. Nothing changed. Who are you? You have not met me yet because I am a child of God and I believe in prayer. I believe in faith. I believe in forgiveness and I believe in people. I know we can change. And I know that everyone who have spoken on this land in Aurora and beyond have softened the soil for the next person that's taken on the button for the change to come. So no, don't lose courage and hope because somebody tried last year and they got beaten down. Take that as they soften the field and the ears so you cannot be heard. The next thing I will tell you why this flag raising won't be just another token. We will be keeping every one of our counselors and residents accountable. I am confident. This is my truth. It's not going to be yours. We all have our own truth. And I'm telling you what I believe. I believe that my mayor, Tom Maracus, is ready. I believe that Councillor Kim is ready. I believe that, oh yeah, I can't say my best friend because then someone is going to say I'm favor. Sandra Humphrey, Rachel Gilliland, Mr. Thompson, I've never spoken to him, but I believe everybody's ready. And if you're not, we are here to get you ready. Not by beating you down, but hold you accountable. Hold you committed to something that is deliverable, objective that we can see. It doesn't have to be much, it just must be consistent. So as you stand here in the cold with us today, another thing that I'm going to tell you that is uncomfortable. I am a Black person here in Aurora. That's been told that some days I'm acting white. I don't know what that means. But when we raise this, what I'm telling you that when we raise this flag, it's not but my Black skin. I've been told that I'm white. I've been told that where's my accent? And if you've been to Jamaica, you better know that I have an accent, right? So we've been dealing with different things. But what we also deal with, segregation among ourselves. I have Black person in this crowd right now that probably don't like me and won't even talk to me. Those are boundaries and barriers that we need to fix. That I am going to take initiative and say, yo, we haven't talked, what's up? Those are things that we have to deal with also as Black people. We have to keep ourselves accountable. We can't just say it's happening because I'm Black. We can't say this is because of the white. We are all responsible. I don't care how big your slice of the cake is. So as I close, I will say this. I am very, very grateful for the leadership that we have. I am extremely grateful. I am sorry if you're looking for a perfect leader because there's none. I just want you to make sure you have a leader who will give you their ear, who will listen to you, who will make you be heard. The anger in our community is not because our leaders are not good. The anger are coming from the people because they feel shut down. They feel there's not being listened to or heard. So today I thank you, Town of Aurora. I thank you, councillors. I thank you, Mr. Mayor. I thank you. I thank you for your presence in the community. I thank you that you have to deal with the things because everybody's not going to like what we post. But it's not about that. It's about what's right. And what is right costs us something. If you're not willing to lose something, then I'm sorry, you're in the wrong game. So I thank you today. I thank you for this. And I thank you for my son. I wish there was more kids here and I know how it is. But I thank you for you, Jaden. And I pray that you will come to see the legacy in Aurora, where Aurora Black Community Organization will no longer be necessary because the work has been done and we're living it. So thank you again, everyone. Thank you for your amazing support today. Have an amazing day.
Thank you, Fiona. Next up, we have from the Anti-Black Racism and Anti-Racism Task Force, Mark Lewis.
Woo!
Mr. Mayor, residents of Aurora and city councilors, town councilors, thank you very much for coming together to celebrate Black History Month today. Black History Month is a time to reflect upon and celebrate the accomplishments of our ancestors while we push forward and build upon their legacies. It's important to recognize not only the pioneers in our struggles to achieve equality in society, but also our hometown heroes like my late father. Sir Lewis was born on Union Island, one of the group of islands in the West Indies known as the Grenadines. My grandfather was a teacher and principal, and prior to coming to Canada, my dad also taught at the high school he attended, the St. Vincent Grammar School. My father migrated to Canada to pursue his educational goals, attending Concordia University in Montreal, then known as Sir George Williams University, and received a Bachelor of Science degree. He went on to get an engineering degree from McGill. And we all know an engineering degree from McGill carries a lot of clout in this country. But for a Black man in the 60s, it did not guarantee employability due to racism. It was at this point that my dad followed in my grandfather's footsteps and taught with the North York Board of Education for 2 years before going back to school to earn a master's degree in education from Queen's University, while there spending time teaching undergraduate courses. 1975, he came to the Toronto area, became assistant head of mathematics at Albert Campbell in Scarborough. He led several high school mathematics competitions, led teams to international victories, was recognized by the University of Waterloo for his contributions to academic competitions. He taught electrical engineering part-time at Centennial College for 20 years, earned the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Teaching, and was recognized by the Math Association of America for his distinguished math teaching. Dad was also an accomplished cricket player and an avid gardener. His hard work, coupled with the drive of my hardworking mother, Edith, who was a middle school English teacher and school librarian in East York's Flemington Park neighborhood, one of the most diverse and low-income neighborhoods in the GTA. Their work afforded my sister and I the privilege to grow up in Markham in the 80s, a town at the time not unlike Aurora, about to experience exponential growth and struggle to embrace the diversity that comes along with this growth. I'm proud to be an Aurora resident. I'm also proud of the struggles of my parents that shaped my development. It's important for us to take time and reflect upon the legacies of our forefathers and mothers. As Nelson Mandela once elegantly stated, the history of struggle is rich with the stories of heroes and heroines, some of them leaders, some of them followers. All of them deserve to be remembered. I thank you all for taking time to attend today's ceremony. And I thank my peers on all three of these great organizations doing this work in the town of Aurora for bringing this event together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. And last but not least, we have from the Aurora Black Caucus, Milton Hart.
What a great crowd this is. Perhaps the greatest vaccine against racism and any kind of discrimination that exists, any societal ill, is allyship. The kind of allyship that brought us here today. The kind of allyship that I see coming from the mayor's office. The kind of allyship that brought Don Gallagher Murphy from Christine Elliott's office to, in a sense, co-found the Aurora Black Caucus. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. Mr. Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Mr. Harold Kim, Mr. Mayor Tom Maracas, members of the Aurora Black Caucus. I see the Vice Chair of the Aurora Black Caucus, Mr. Michael Corniff, councillors, invited guests, friends, families. I am Milton Hart, Chair of the Aurora Black Caucus. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Fiona Durant. Of course, she just spoke, but I am acknowledging her presence because of the great work, the historical work that she's doing in Aurora. And then we have Jerisa Grant Hall up in Newmarket. These Black women are doing a fantastic job. and this will go down as a part of Canadian history. I must also extend my gratitude for being invited here to speak about Black history, to speak about Black History Month. But as it was said earlier on, it should be Black History Year. It should also be a situation where Black history is woven into our curriculum. It should be woven into every facet of our media. So that is a very simple truth I want to convey here. Black history is indeed Canadian history. Yes, we can talk about racism. We should indeed talk about the atrocities of the past, but we cannot forget Viola Desmond. We should talk about societal ills, but we can't forget someone like Garrett Morgan, whose work gave us the 3-light stoplight, a Black gentleman. We can talk about the atrocities, but we should never forget Louis Latimer, whose work gave us the electric bulb. I am here because some folks, white, Black, people from every race decided not to settle. I'm here because people from every race decided to stand so that I can run. They decided to sit so that I can move around. And because of that, I want to acknowledge your presence here and thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the allyship that you have shown. Thank you very much for the work that you will. So in closing, let's learn from Black history in order to bring honor to the stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on. Indeed, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Indeed, we stand on the shoulders of people who just would not settle, people who resisted. And as you know, every civil rights movement that we have come to know only gained traction because people from every single race decided to stand up. So thank you very much again. Thank you very much for your allyship, and thank you very much for your future work.
Woohoo! That's amazing. Thank you so much again, everyone. As Milton said, thank you. Now the call for action as we get ready to raise the flag. We have, is it Jangleton Fire? He's going to play the national anthem for us. The call for action is this. The call for action is this. In Aurora, we have an organization called the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame. If I don't have my numbers correct, but I believe they've been operating since 2013. Not one Black person have been delegated or nominated into that, you know the proper words. So the call to action is not because there could be other barriers, but let me tell you one of the barriers. We are not voting for our people to get in. So the call to action is find Black people, find other racialized persons that is in sports that have done something great. And please, because the nomination process takes place in February. The final day to nominate someone is February 28th. Please do not miss that opportunity. The second call to action is we are working with, actually, we just got a call from Bookworm in Aurora. Woo! They would like to make sure that every book that's purchased in order to bring diversity in homes get a portion donated to the work that we have for the I Can Swim program with the Aurora Black community. So get supporting. There are ways. And I believe there was one more that I have written down here. Neighbor Magazine not only is a sponsor for our marketing, but for February, every company or organization or leaders or anybody who place an ad with Neighbor also will be blessing and sponsoring the event for our Black community to put on. Things cost money. So those are little action. And the best action you can do is what you did today. You showed up. So Roy, take it away with the national anthem, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, let's do the picture with the flag. And everybody just come around here and we'll get a picture together.
Sorry.
Any other speakers in here? Nelson? We're gonna do a few photos. Right here? Right over here. Look at Steve first. All right, grab it. There we go, guys. Okay, I don't want to
Hi, bro.
Eyes on me. Lynette's got to get a photo. Neighbor, right here, neighbor.
Anybody else?
Oh, look at that sunset. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. We're doing live. I'm trying to get that beautiful sunset.
Marcus.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Hope everyone enjoyed it.
Oh, let's see you two ladies. How's it going? You look a little glamorous for the cold temperature. So much beauty in this shot. I'm videoing you. You're on live. You're on live.
Video. Oh my gosh. Thank you, gorgeous. Thank you.
She's gonna be a pastor in another